So, looking for my coffee. Where are you? Coffee! Can't escape from me. It thought. I hope you guys are ready because today in our kitchen, we are going to be recreating some fast food favorites, McNugget edition. McNuggets to me, like I'm trying to rate it on my like McDonald's scale of like foods that I would buy from McDonald's. And to me, like they're pretty high up on the list. Like they're good, they're snackable, I can dip them. I'm a big fan of dips. 10 out of 10, love a good dip. Sweet and sour sauce, hot mustard sauce, really anything mustardy is delicious. And today we're gonna be testing out Joshua's recipe right here. I came across this video and I was watching it and I was like salivating because these McNuggets look phenomenal. They have that same like crispy, light, airy kind of a coating to it that's crunchy. It's got that nice McDonald's McNugget shape to it. And so today I wanted to make that recipe. I will put Joshua's video down below so you can follow along as well. And we're gonna test it out. And I wanna see I wanna see the ratio, honestly. It looks like a lot of work, but it also looks really good. So is it worth it for me to not have to go in my car and drive out in the cold? Because again, it's chilly. I don't wanna go out in the snow. I don't want to leave my house. I'm a hermit. Make sure, if you haven't already, to click the little subscription button, subscribe, you know, the red button. What I'm trying to say is we make new videos here every single Saturday. So come and join us. We make a lot of desserts. We're making McNuggets today. Let's do this. I'm excited for my nuggets. I'm excited for my nuggets. Nuggets. And of course, with any good recipe testing, when we are replicating an original recipe, especially a fast food one, we got to test it against the original, the OG McNugget. And so Chris offered to go out and get McNuggos for lunch. I'm not gonna turn down free batch of McNuggets. I mean, like technically I'm paying for them, but I didn't have to leave my house for them. That's a win. All my house cats, house hermits, virtual high five. Okay, what do I need? So turns out there were a bunch of steps that I needed to do before actually filming, so did those. And that involved taking some chicken as well as some chicken skin and cutting them up and then sticking them in the freezer just so they firm up a little bit. And I also did the same thing with my little like meat thing. Hang on. This meat grinder guy for Francesca. You know, it's a buddy for Francesca. I don't know, Murphy. Murphy the meat grinder. Oh dear, what a day. So I have right here my chilled chunks of meat as well as my skins, and I'm going to run it through the meat grinder. This is my first time using this meat grinder. Did we buy this specifically for this? And also some beef in the fridge. Yes, we did. Okay, so we're gonna run this through here. I need another bowl. And again, never used this before, so I don't know how fast to run this through. Let's start with that. There's a little thingamabobber. Oh, it's working. Gross. No one needs to see this, so I'll just keep doing this and let you know when it's done. Okay, done. So it looks like this. Not very appetizing, but we'll continue. Thank you, Francesca and Murphy, I guess. Murphy? Martha? Marcus? Marco? Get you over here. But I appreciate you, Francesca, for your services. Okay, next ingredients. So now we need 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and half a teaspoon of MSG. So we're just going to add that into the ground chicken, the ground poulet. Okay, mixing it up.
Did that grinder work?
It did. It worked. Don't take my facial expressions into consideration. It worked very well. This is so gross.
Yeah.
You know how you feel about the breading?
Oh yeah, better you than me on this one.
Yeah. This is not pleasant.
No.
Am not enjoying, but it worked really well. It was very easy to do.
That's the finest plate setting, right, of the 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would go a coarser grind. I bought some chuck roasts to grind up some meat to make burgers, so I'll go coarser than that. But I haven't used a grinder before, so
it was pretty good, right. I gotta say.
I'm gonna leave you to that because that looks nasty.
It's so gross. I want it to be over. All right, so now stick this into the freezer for 10 minutes to kind of firm up again. And while we do that, let's go on to, we should make the hot mustard sauce because that needs to sit for a minute. So I have all my ingredients here. This is, by the way, I'll link the recipe below. It's from Copycat Recipes, and it is a copycat recipe for the McDonald's hot mustard sauce. This one and sweet and sour sauce. Those are like the two that I prefer personally when dipping McNuggets. I don't like the barbecue sauce. And I know that's a favorite of everyone's, but like, no, I can't get on board. So to make it, we are going to need half of a cup of mustard. Is a hot mustard sauce, does need mustard. And to it, we're going to add some more mustard in the form of powder. 4 teaspoons of mustard powder. Then 1.5 teaspoons of white vinegar. Bloop. 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. Honestly, corn syrup is so satisfying to pour. It's all like oozy, I love it. Then 1.5 teaspoons of white sugar and then 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I don't know why it is, but every time I say cayenne pepper, I want to say Kanye pepper, which I know isn't correct, not even remotely. It's just for whatever reason, it just sounds good. In you go, Kanye powder. Now we need to stir all of this together. Stir, 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 stir. I'm trying to think of other dipping sauces I use for McNuggets. Honey, I know. Again, not everyone is on board for honey, but that is a good one. So this is looking real nice, but it needs to go into the fridge for a couple of hours just to get it all like set up and nice, you know, just make all the ingredients work together. Now let's set up the stuff that we need for the actual dredging of the McNuggets. Very exciting. This is a 3-step process. We start with a thin batter, then we flour it, and then we tempura batter it. And then that all together equals McNugget crispiness. So first, let's start with a thin batter. Into this, we are going to add some cornstarch as well as a cup of water. Water is here. In you go. And then 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Get in there. Get in there. And we're just going to whisk it together. Again, it's a thin batter. It's fairly soupy. Okay, now flour step. I have here 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and to this we're gonna add a bunch of different spices. I mean, not a ton of spices. That was overstating it. So to this flour, we're gonna add a heaping tablespoon of kosher salt as well as 1/2 teaspoon of MSG. And then 1 teaspoon each of pepper and the celery powder. Just better when you add your own sound effects, you know? Give that a little stir. And then for the tempura batter, I'm going to wait on making this one because it requires chilled water, and I'm just worried that the formation of the McNugget stage is gonna take too long, and then this won't be cold anymore. So I'm just gonna hold on to that one. Gonna go get my McNuggets and start forming them into the traditional shapes. Here we go. Chili McNuggets. Not gonna lie to you, this stage I'm not looking forward to. I don't want to do this. I want the end result. I don't want to do this step. But I'm gonna do it for the McNuggets.
Are you gonna do the right shapes?
Well, okay, so that's what I was gonna look up what shapes I need to do. I need to do the one that's sort of like a square, but it's like curvy kinda. Then there's like a more of an oval egg shape one. There's like the boot.
The boot is the key. You have to have a boot.
Well, I have to have a boot.
Yeah.
But like, what other shapes are there? I can only think of like the square one that's sort
There
of
are
like
4.
They're 4?
Canonically, yeah.
I didn't know that. What's the other one then?
What do you mean by the rectangle that's squiggly?
It's like rounded. Drawing it with my hands. McNugget shapes. Okay, that's what I was thinking. They call it the bone shape.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one, curved edges but more square.
Yeah.
Bell? I don't get that. Bell and ball are the same to me. It's not 4. There's really only 3. Get rid of the...
Yeah, bell and ball are distinct.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
One's an oval, one's a circle.
I don't know the circle one.
It's the worst one. You can't dip it as conveniently.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe I've just given them to you. But the boot is a classic. I need to do that one, obviously.
Yeah. I think if you can make the boot and the bell, life's good.
Also the bone. The bone is my favorite shape.
Oh, come on.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, fine. The boot is my favorite.
Yes,
the boot's the best one. Plus, it's then like a little holding spot for all the dipping in this. Oh, what's your favorite sauce?
Oh, hot mustard.
Oh, good. Okay, that's the one I made.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
I was gonna do
It's
that
the
as
only
sweet and
good
sour.
one.
No, sweet and sour is
Nope.
delicious.
Nope.
Yes, it is. It's so good.
It's actually incorrect.
Okay, so first, boot. So boot. Oh, I closed my phone. Kind of wanted to see what it looked like, but guess we're just gonna go with this then. Now, I don't want to make them too thick, but not too small either. This is looking more into like a cowboy boot than McNugget boot. Fine, it's gonna be good. Now we'll do the, what do they call it? The bone? It's a terrible name. It's clearly a squoval. Apparently there's an oval. We'll do that. Not doing the circle though. No one likes that one. See? Ta-da! Look at that. Look at that little boot shape. She a beaut. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna finish doing this and then we'll do tempura. Okay. Let's start with 10 and make sure we know the process well before we continue on. I'm gonna make myself a little 10-pack of nugs. And while we make the tempura, I'm gonna let a pot of oil go up on the stove, about 2 to 3 inches worth of oil, just to fry up each batch of McNugs, because once they are out of the tempura, they basically have to go immediately into the fryer. So I kind of want to make sure that's taken care of. Okay, so oil is heating up. Let's go on to tempura batter. So we have half a cup of cornstarch and 3/4 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 eggs. And that was a weird egg crack. What was that? And 2. And now we're gonna add in 1 cup of chilled water. This is very specific. We need it to be chilled, so I'm using the water that comes from my fridge. For whatever reason, that's the coldest drinking water. All right, 1 cup. Hanging out over here by my fridge, don't mind me. 1 cup, beautiful. Ooh, it's very cold. Almost poured it into the flour. That would have been bad. Here we go. Lovely. Get that all incorporated, because I think the oil is almost up to temp. And then we can fry these guys. By the way, I put them back in the freezer so they stay solidified and don't like become goo. That'd be very difficult to fry. So while I stir this, tell me in the comments what your order is from McDonald's. Do you have one? Do you not go to McDonald's? Do you have a preferred fast food place? Let me know. Whisk, 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 whisk. All right, I'm gonna keep breaking up all these clumps and let's go over to the stove. All right, I got my Play-Doh chicken goo, and now we're gonna start the dredging process right into the oil. This is at 375, by the way. So here we go. Step 1. Step 2, you wanna get it all coated in the flour and then dust off any excess. And he did a couple at a time, so maybe I'll leave it in the flour and I'll just do another like 1 or 2. Yes, I know, my hands are covered. It's fine. Okay, let's get these into the tempura. Get them all coated and into the fryer. I'm trying to do his little like technique and it's not working really well. I'm not a pro. Making nice little crispy bits though. Nobody's mad at that. So these are gonna get cooked for 5 to 6 minutes to the nice and crispy. Okay, these are way too big. Look how big those are. That's not a McNugget. Okay, I have to adjust the size of my McNuggets. So like that's been 6 minutes or so. So I'm gonna take these out and adjust. We're learning. Let's try them a little bit smaller this time. Keep losing the shape. A little, I don't know, crinkly bits on there, right? That's how you do it? I don't know. Okay, that one's way more like the size of a McNugget. You know, like they still look, they look so golden. Oh, okay. I shall keep experimenting until I get this. All right, Christopher, you want to taste test some nuggets of the McD variety?
Are they ready?
They are ready. Now, it's gonna be really difficult for you to tell the difference, all right? So I'll explain. So here we have some McDonald's McNuggets.
Helpfully in the McDonald's box so as not to confuse me.
And then here we have my version. Ooh. They're very blonde versus what I was looking for. And I couldn't seem to like hone it in on that. And I don't know if like the tempura batter, I needed to put ice in it or something to keep it like extra cold or temperature. I have no idea. We're gonna try it though. And I have the sauce. Yeah, okay, so which one do you want to try first? Classic or new?
Let's start with the classic, just to have the baseline.
All right.
I got a boot.
I got a bone. And boop.
Yep.
So good.
I suppose really we should have tried that with the original hot mustard sauce.
Well, we do have the original. Do you want to compare it?
Yeah, I think we should.
Oh, gee. hot mustard sauce.
Because this homemade version seems, very similar color.
Very similar.
This one seems sweeter to me, the homemade one.
Yeah? You think so?
Well,
Okay.
let me just see. They both have a touch of sweetness. They're similar.
Those are really similar to me.
I want to try the homemade
Okay.
nugs.
Okay. Pick your shape.
May I choose?
Is it a boot?
It's boot-like.
If you ate that part, then it would be a boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a kitten heel.
Or don't say kitten heel. This one's like a, I don't know, snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Boop. Not as crispy.
Not as crispy. So much more chickeny though. Right?
Not as crispy as I would like, but I'm sure that it has to do with something about the temperature, frying temperatures and things like that.
I prefer it though. Even without the crispiness, I prefer that.
Like the taste is really good.
Really, really tasty, right? Strong chickeny flavor.
Try it without as well, because like it's really good without
Without the sauce? Right.
That's to me where the real standout difference is between these two. This has a lot of flavor on its own. I don't know if I'd eat a nugget without a dipping sauce.
Oh, no. No. Chicken McNuggets are inedible without a sauce. They're not even classified as food legally.
But these I would eat by themselves, right?
Absolutely.
If anyone's made this recipe before and can offer some suggestions, just the fryingness, let me know. Because like the recipe itself is phenomenal.
Totally.
Wait, hang on. Stepping in here. Day 2. Just wanted to let y'all know that they do reheat really nicely. They're nice and crispy next day. Yes, love when this happens. Anyway, back to the video. And the sauce is very good too.
Yes,
I
it
really
is.
like that, yeah.
I don't know that it's as big an improvement for the time and whatnot over the original.
But you get a bigger amount of it though.
You certainly do.
If you like to dip, I mean, it's a pool right there. If you have some time on your hands and you feel like really good McNuggets, these are phenomenal. I really enjoy them.
Yeah. Glad you made those. Those are great.
Yeah, they are tasty. If you want to see the full recipe and everything, including a barbecue sauce, Joshua made a barbecue sauce in that one, which if you like barbecue sauce, is probably real tasty. I'm not a big fan.
Not my
I wanted to
favorite.
make that. This is really good for me.
Barbecue sauce belongs with ribs, not chicken.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not for dipping. But
This
this,
was good though.
yeah,
Nicely
it's
done.
very good. Yeah, thank you. If you have any favorite fast food that I should try and recreate, leave me a comment down below and I'll try and like find some cool recipes to test out. Or if you have specific recipes that I should try, let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out these videos on the side in case you've missed any, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah. I'm gonna eat all these nugs. I mean, maybe not all of the nugs. A lot. They're so good.